Close your eyes for a moment and picture an old lecture hall lit by a single lamp, a chalkboard full of diagrams, and a small velvet box on the professor's desk that hums when you put your hand there. That hum is not magic, it is biophysics. Tonight, we're mixing lab coats with legends, and the subject is the female body, the rumor of the infinite orgasm, and a strange science that makes both believable and mysterious. Start with the map. The parts that most people call private are actually a crowded city of nerves. There's the visible glans of the clitoris, a small, richly supplied hub of neurons. There is the hood that covers it. Deeper lie the internal roots like arms that reach into the pelvic floor, and the vestibular bulbs that sit beside the vaginal opening. Underneath, the pelvic floor muscles form a sling, and the whole area is soaked in blood vessels and sensitive receptors. From our biophysics view, this is a system built for resonance. Mechanical pressure, vibration, and blood flow change the electrical and chemical activity of nerve, and the brain reads those patterns as sensation. Now the legend. Students whisper of an infinite orgasm, the sustained loop of pleasure that never quite ends. An occult manuscript, a cult, a secret reading pattern. The reality is less supernatural and more elegant. What people call infinite is often a prolonged state of arousal produced by loops between body and brain. Breathing alters heart rate and blood flow. Pelvic muscle tone changes sensory feedback, and attention amplifies or dampens signal. Together, these form a feedback loop. In plain words, body affects brain, brain affects body, and the loop can feel like it goes on and on. Here are 3 safe science-minded experiments you can try on your own or study with curiosity. Remember, privacy, consent, and comfort first. Experiment 1, observation. Use a hand mirror and good light. Notice shapes, movement when you breathe. How the skin responds to touch on the arm versus the inner thought. This is anatomy as personal cartography. Non-invasive, quiet, informative. Experiment 2, biofeedback. Hook a simple pulse sensor to your finger or wrist and sit quietly. Breathe slowly for a minute, then breathe quickly for a minute. Watch how heart rate and pulse variability change. Try a gentle pelvic floor contraction, the kind people learn in physical therapy, to support the bladder, and observe any tiny changes in your pulse or breath. This is biophysics, muscle tension, blood flow, heart rhythm. Experiment 3, rhythm and attention. In a private, safe space, combine slow breathing with rhythmic, non-forceful contractions and relaxation of the pelvic floor. Do it like an experimenter, not a movie director. Count time and record notes on how long a heightened state feels. The infinite part often comes from sustained attention and timing, not magic. Along the way, be skeptical of grand claims. Urban legends love a hub. A midnight ritual, a secret sequence, the guru with a glowing crystal. Science is humbler. It measures pulse, maps nerves, and finds that consistency, safety, and respectful curiosity create the most reliable result. Close the velvet box now. The hum remains. It is you, a living instrument of sensation and thought. If you decide to learn more, seek reliable anatomy sources, talk to sexual health clinics, and treat your body like a lab partner. Respect it, get consent from yourself, and keep the experiments safe and simple. The real magic is not an endless climax, but the skill of listening to your own body and the science that explains why it answers back.